Welcome to day 6 on the beautiful Rhine River. And today we're going to Colmar, France and Freiburg, Germany. We have 2 separate excursions with lunch in between, so follow along. It was a great day. Hey cruisers, this is Michelle with MyTravelingOwl. If you are here, it is because you are interested in a river cruise. We are glad you are here. In this series, we are traveling with Avalon Waterways. For reference, this tour is entitled The Romantic Rhine, and we start with a 3-night stay in Lake Como, followed by a 1-night stay in Lucerne, which includes a visit to Mount Pilatus on board the famous cog railway. Follow along as we take this beautiful northbound journey through the best parts of Europe. So today we are docked in Breisach, Germany. But first, before we head on out, we are going to grab some breakfast like we normally do on any cruise. The food here, again, is really, really good. There's lots of options to choose from, pancakes and sausage gravy, eggs. You can make your own omelet here, or they can. There's fruit, yogurt, lots of toppings for the yogurt, and there's even honeycomb up here. That's pure honey right there. You can put that on whatever you want, cereal, anything pretty much. Also, they have where you can order waffles, eggs, crepes, that kind of thing separately from the buffet, and the servers will bring that to you.
Here's a quick view from our cabin.
So it is time to head on out. We're going to board this bus and we are going to be heading to Colmar, and that is the Storybook town of Colmar, and we are really excited about this. This is something you see in pictures and we're going to see it in person. So we are headed from Germany into France. So here we go. No passports, checkpoints, but we do carry them just in case we need them. So this morning we start our walking tour of Colmar. Colmar is nestled in the heart of the wine country. This colorful gem has over 1,000 years of history and more than 300 sunny days a year. Just not today. It is nicknamed Little Venice for its little canals, and it blends French charm with German influences, and you can see that all around you. Colmar has about 70,000 residents. The architecture of Colmar is timber-framed houses. These were built in the Middle Ages, and the colors actually had meaning. Some indicated the profession of the owner, for example, like a baker, a butcher, or a fisherman, and others were simply for decoration. Many buildings here date back to the 14th to 17th centuries, especially in the Old Town area. So this museum is actually in a 13th century Dominican convent.
Make sure you pack comfortable walking shoes. Be sure to take some time to appreciate the many different styles of architecture.
So this is the House of Heads. This is German Renaissance architecture and the city's most iconic historic landmark. It was built in 1609. The village of Hansi was named after the artist Jean-Jacques Waltz, also known as Hansi, and he is one of the town's beloved illustrators. Inside the museum, you can see a recreated village brought to life in miniature. It has authentic half-timbered houses, figurines in traditional dress, and scenes of daily life. There is also a tea house for enjoying some tea after your visit.
Around every corner, this town surprises you with even more beautiful architecture.
The flowers in this town are absolutely beautiful. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to see any flowers since we were here in November, but it did not disappoint. Do you like pretzels? Who doesn't? Look at this display. It is not only beautiful, but it smells beautiful too. As you go around the town, you'll notice there's a lot of swans, and this area is known for swans, and so they are everywhere. You can take one home as a souvenir. So this is our first look at St. Martin's Church, and this was built between 1235 and 1365 on foundations dating back to the year 1000. So this is a really old building.
This church's facade is amazing and beautiful from every possible angle.
So you may wonder what the significance of this is. Well, this is basically the birthplace of the Statue of Liberty. Bartholdi was the designer of the Statue of Liberty, and this is where he was from. It is also a museum, and the museum opened in 1922. Here are some pictures of when the Statue of Liberty was erected, and here's some more. So this is the Pfister house. It is classified as a historic monument and is one of the most photographed sites in Colmar's Old Town. The exterior features vivid mural paintings including biblical scenes, portraits of Germanic emperors, and allegorical symbols. So this is Bacchinoff, and what this is a casserole of potatoes, onions, mutton beef, pork, white wine, and juniper berries. And it is a local favorite. Pictured here is Maison Schongauer. Say that again. This dates back to the late 15th century, and this is, of course, a historic half-timbered house. This next building really gives me Beauty and the Beast vibes, doesn't it? Maybe this is how Belle got her name. Next up is the Schwendi Fountain, and this was actually designed by Bartholdi, the designer of the Statue of Liberty. Through these areas, you can really feel the medieval times. Just look at the oldness of the buildings, the cobblestone. It's just so very interesting. And here we are, we've arrived in Little Venice. And Little Venice is in the picturesque Canal District. This area refers to the scenic area along the Loch River, is lined with colorful half-timbered houses, flower-adorned balconies, and charming bridges. It is truly a setting straight out of a storybook. It is just beautiful here. I do believe this is one of France's prettiest towns.
Tourist alert.
And don't forget to pick up a little bit of a souvenir from the town. They have lots of cute little options. I got that little house with the blue on it. And then don't forget your pastries. Delicious. So here's a little hint for you while you're traveling through Europe. Most places charge you to use a bathroom. However, if you walk into a small coffee shop or an eatery and purchase something, they will let you use the bathroom for free. So we took them up on this offering, and we got a little cup of tea, which didn't hurt me any because I love tea, and it was a nice little respite. We sat down, had some conversation, and looked at the sights around us.
Here we are, out exploring on our own.
You may have noticed that during our time in Colmar, there was a race going on, and there they are. There's some more of those delicious pastries. And before leaving France, we couldn't help but buy some of these delicious macarons. And did I say they were delicious? Yeah, they were delicious. We should have bought more. This is one of the historic bathhouses in Colmar, and it was built in 1906.
Now we're heading back to the boat for lunch. And there she is as we head over the Rhine back into Germany.
You can see also the tobacco shop here on the left. Remember, tobacco 50% cheaper here. One of the gates, that's Breisach. It's a beautiful town.
Back on board. Yum, let's eat. Cheese.
Here's a quick daytime view of the river from our panorama suite. And we're back at it again. We're headed out on one of our classic tours with Avalon, and this one is going to be a guided tour of Freiburg's medieval city center, and it is sheltered by the Black Forest amid vineyards and gardens of the Upper Rhine Valley. For this tour, we needed to walk down the banks of the river to join the bus. And there's our guide, and along with this tour, we also have the Vox system again for commentary.
So it's coming up to the left. The Kaiserstuhl, the chair of the emperor in large parts, it's an old volcanic mountain.
This was a nice little drive through this town.
We've arrived in Freiburg. So one of the most unique features of this little medieval town is the use of these little open water channels. These are small stone-lined channels that flow through the city's old town. They originally were built in the 13th century for water supply, hygiene, and firefighting, and they are now a famous landmark and cultural feature. They say the water is actually clean enough today for people to cool their feet in. So these interesting little statues, or maybe not so little, are gargoyles off of the cathedral, and they sit outside here at the cathedral store. And here's another one of those fountains that you can drink from. Fun fact, the locals say if you step into one of these little channels by accident, that means you're going to marry a Freiburger.
To the underground, we are now walking on bigger cobblestones. Those are also stones from rulers. Some of them are older than 400 years. And to the right, close to this place, you find those cross stone, the cross on it. The cross is a symbol of St. George, who is the patron of our city, and it's a symbol for the city too. And we have them only in front of front of restaurants and little pubs. It's kind of a borderline that tells the shop owners how far they can put their seats and tables outside. Everything past this, I would say, borderline, they are not allowed to put seats and tables out.
Walking through this town is pretty amazing. If you think about it, you're walking through a place that was vibrant as it is today back in medieval times. It's really a special place to be.
I can't help repeating myself. These towns are just unbelievably beautiful.
As we turn this corner, you can really feel the storybook nature of this medieval German town. It's just stunning. So directly ahead of us is Schwabentor. This is also known as the Schwabian Gate. It is one of Freiburg's two surviving medieval city gates, built around 1250. This is one of Freiburg's defensive fortifications. It was there to mark the boundary between the city and the forest and trade routes beyond. Coming up around the corner is the Trade Canal. Its primary purpose is to provide ample water for local trades, which back in the day was mostly for tanners and fishermen. Both of these professions needed more water than the regular little canals could supply. In the canal is the Freiburg crocodile. The legend tells of lurking crocodiles in the canal's tunnels, said to snatch children who wander too close. Graffiti is alive and well in Freiburg, Germany, just like any other city in the world.
These tours require a lot of walking, but they move at the perfect pace to really enjoy everything.
And this is the Pillar of Tolerance, and it was designed to encourage respect and tolerance, particularly regarding noise levels in the public space. When the pillar is fully lit at night, typically around 11 p.m., it signals visitors and locals that it's time to leave the square. Here's a great look at the walkways throughout Freiburg. They are just stunning. Water, anyone? Scattered throughout Freiburg sidewalks in front of homes and businesses where Jewish citizens once lived and worked are these small brass-plated cubes inscribed with the names, birth years, and where known, the fate of Jewish victims of Nazi persecution. This is the Freiburg Cathedral. So this church was built on the foundation of another church that was built in 1120. They started building this actual cathedral in the year 1200 in the Romanesque style, and the construction continued in 1230 in the Gothic style. And given this tour is about 4 hours long, we are ready for some more water. Let's take a walk inside. I have to remind you, video and pictures just don't do these churches justice anywhere in Europe. They're just stunning. You could spend a very long time looking at the intricate detail, and just to think about how they built all of this in such an old time where they just didn't have what we would consider the means of building.
I couldn't agree more. The craftsmanship is just amazing. My favorite part to any church is these amazing stained glass windows.
This bronze depiction of the Last Supper was absolutely stunning. Do not miss that if you get to travel to Freiburg, Germany.
Here are a few of those gargoyles.
We had a few minutes before heading back to the bus, so we stopped for a cup of tea, and it was delicious. And we can catch a few more sights on our way back to the bus. That's an interesting sculpture. And out there is our bus. We're almost there. Our 4 hours is almost up. But boy, we had a great time. We saw so much in Freiburg, Germany. It was just a great day. And there she is, the Avalon Panorama is in our sight. Before we head back to our cabin to get ready for dinner, let's go topside. It looks like it's going to be a gorgeous sunset. Looks like topside's all ready for us with all of this comfortable furniture to sit on and enjoy the evening. For your cruise, keep in mind, if you decide not to do the excursions that are included, you can always take one of these bikes off the ship and tour on your own. Hey, check out the swans in the distance. If you book the standard cabin, also known as a swan butt room, you'll get to see the bottoms of those. And here's an evening recap.
So we're in Germany right now, and this morning we went to Colmar, and that was in France, and we toured the town, and it was beautiful, and it was like a little cottage town, storybook type of town. And then this afternoon we went to Germany
and visited a medieval Gothic church
and town, and that was really cool too. They had these neat little pebble sidewalks everywhere. You'll see pictures coming up on that one too. It was a great day, but we're tired. It was like 8 hours of touring with lunch in the middle back on the ship, but it was a great day. And we are back in the ship. We're going to take a nap, and then dinner comes.
And here we're docked on this side, which is Germany, and then across the Rhine right there is France. We were dropped off over there earlier this morning.
and we are sailing away onto our next stop. There's a small hot tub available on the top deck of the Avalon Panorama as well. I guess I lied. We did pick up a few snacks before we headed back to the cabin. I really do like the relaxation factor you get with the panorama suites on board Avalon Waterways. For more information on how Avalon differs from other river cruise brands, reach out to me. I would love to go over the facts between the cruise lines. We're done relaxing and it's time to get ready for dinner and head up for our mandatory hour of happiness, where Francisco will tell us what's going to happen tomorrow.
As always, our adventure host Valley will have here morning exercise, and you know what, I showed up here at 7. Looking forward to see you. You know how many showed up? There was 0. If there was 1, maybe I was missing my sip of coffee. Okay. 0, so I hope to see you tomorrow morning. For Valley will be here waiting for you with those nice yoga mattresses. I think it's a nice way to start the day.
Well, that's enough about yoga. Here's what we had for dinner. Check it out. And if you can't tell from the pictures, it was absolutely delicious. Oh, and here's the bar service too. Don't forget about that. Each night in port, you're going to have 3 different wines to choose from. And those wines are all local to the area. If water's your thing, there's 2 filling stations across the ship. And we left dinner just in time to go through a lock. Here we are. It's a pretty cool concept. Something that's not to be missed. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe below for more content and to help us grow our channel. Ready for more? Click one of the 2 videos to your right. Ready to book your next trip? Message me at michelle@mytravelingowl.com or visit my website at mytravelingowl.com. I'm a certified travel advisor with the Travel Institute and an elite cruise counselor with CLIA, the Cruise Line International Association.